Good morning, students. Here I am going to deliver the lecture for Civil 2 for the subject Engineering Mathematics 2. As we have completed our syllabus, so these lectures they are just only for your revision purpose. We have discussed students heat equation, wave equation, Laplace equation, their derivations in Cartesian form, polar form, spherical polar form, and the cylindrical polar form. Also, I have discussed their solutions and many applications and numerical based on these three basic equations, that is heat equation, wave equation, and Laplace equation. So this is the lecture that I am going to deliver. It is just again for your revision purpose. It is just a revision lecture. In this lecture, the content of my lecture is based upon the method of separation of variables. In this, we will only discuss that how the method of separation of variables works. Although we have done the derivations of heat equation, wave equation, and Laplace equation by using the method of separation of variables, and this method is very much important itself from the examination point of view. Sometimes a numerical comes, they have just written that solve this differential equation by using the method of separation of variable. So this is very important topic for examination point of view. That's why I am stressing on this topic. So I will discuss with you that how it works firstly, then I will illustrate the concept of this method by giving you some example. Okay, so basically the method of separation of variable is a method which is used to solve the partial differential equation of any order, first order, second order, third order, or any other order. Okay, so how it method works? In this method, firstly we donate the given equation some number like 1, 2, 3, anything you can give. Firstly I will explain you the steps and then I will explain this numerical, that how it works in practical life. Okay, then what we used to do in the very much first step, we assume that the dependent variable is equal to the product of the independent variables whatsoever mentioned in the question. Okay, that is the solution of the given equation. Now in the given equation, the factors which we need, we will evaluate those from this solution. Okay, and then I will put back all these values in the given equation. After that, I will rearrange the equation in such a manner such that the variables can be separated. That is, one left hand side contains only one variable factors and the other side contains the another variable factors. And that, since the variables that we have involved, the independent variables, they are independent, since both will be equal to some constant. Usually I used to take the constant over here when the constant is negative. Okay, why I have taken negative? Because we have done so many derivations, and in those derivations we have discussed we take k is equal to minus b square. The solution, we consider in three cases, whether the constant is 0, whether the constant is positive, whether the constant is negative, and we see, we deal or we finally conclude that solution which matches with the physical nature of the problem. And we have seen in all derivations the solution is visible always to the constant when k is negative. That is, when k is less than 0, usually we used to take it k is equal to minus b square, where b is non-zero. Okay, so after that what we used to do, we used to club the differential equations with that constant. We just solve that and we see whether it's homogeneous or non-homogeneous. If it comes to be homogeneous, then the complete solution contains only complementary function. But if it is non-homogeneous, then the complete solution consisting of the two solutions, one is complementary function and the other is particular integral. Okay, after that what we used to do, we used to find the two solutions of independent variable and put back into the main solution and to get the final result. Okay, so these are, students, basically the steps to solve a partial differential equation of any order by using the method of separation of variables. Okay, as I have told you, this method is very much important from examination point of view. In finals you will definitely face a question that solve this differential equation, this partial differential equation, by using the this particular method, by the method of separation of variables. Okay, so let us illustrate this this method with the help of example. Right now I have just explained you this steps, okay, that how you can apply this method to the various numericals. Okay, so let us read the statement. Firstly, you can see the given question is solve 3 curly u over curly x plus 2 curly u over curly y is 0. This is your partial differential equation, students. Here u is dependent variable, x and y they are the independent variables. Okay, where ux0 is equal to 4 e to the power minus x. Now this condition will help us to eliminate the constant in the question, again by using the method of separation of variables. So what will we do? First of all, we will donate the given equation by number 1. So the given equation is 3 curly u over curly x plus 2 curly u over curly y is equal to 0. We will take this equation as number 1. Now what will you do? You will take dependent variable on one side and it is equal to the product of the other independent variables. So here u is dependent, x and y are independent. So I will take, let u is equal to xy. Capital Xy is the solution of equation number 1. Okay, where capital X is a function of small x only and capital Y is a function of small y only. That is, both the variables they are independent. Okay, now what were the factors which we need in equation number 1? That is curly u over curly x and curly u over curly y. So I will evaluate curly u over curly x with respect to x, means partially differentiating u with respect to x. Whenever I am partially differentiating equation this u with respect to x, I will take y as constant. So it will be x dash y. And when I say curly u over curly y, means partial differentiation of u with respect to y, I will take x as constant. So it will be x into y dash. Okay. Now I will put these values in equation number 1. So if I put this, I will get 3x dash y plus 2xy dash is equal to 0. Now what will I do? I will separate the variables. So this will be equal to 3x dash y is equal to minus 2xy dash. Now I will separate the variables. For separating the variables, I will divide on both sides with xy. So it will be equal to 3x dash over x is equal to minus 2y dash over y is equal to, let us say, some constant. And as I told you, in many much derivations in heat equation, wave, Laplace and many more equations you have done by using this method, we always used to see the solution is always visible to that constant when it is less than 0. That is when we used to take the constant as minus p square where p is not equal to 0. So here I will directly put the constant as minus p square where p is not equal to 0. Okay, students. Now I will separate the variables. I will club the terms with the constant term, that is 3x dash over x is minus p square, minus 2y dash over y is minus p square. So this is equal to 3x dash, this factor will cross multiplied with this, is equal to minus p square x, then minus minus will get cancelled on this equation. I am left with y2y dash is equal to p square y. Okay. So take x as common, this will be equal to 3 into d plus p square into x is 0, where d is the partial differential operator with respect to x, and here it is 2d dash minus p square y is 0, where d dash is the partial differential operator with respect to y. Okay. Now I will write the auxiliary equation. Now you can see the students, these are the homogeneous differential equations. So the complete solution is given by only the complementary function. It will not involve any particular integral. Now to write the complementary function, I first require the auxiliary equation. And how to write the auxiliary equation? I will just replace the partial differential operator whatsoever I am using, whether d or d dash, I will replace it with m. So I am having, for this x I will have 3m plus p square is 0, and for this y I am having 2m minus p square equal to 0 as the auxiliary equation. Okay. So if I solve it, I am getting the values of m as m is minus p square over 3 and here m as p square by 2. So these values are real and different. Actually this is only the one value, so though we can't say it's a different, it's a real value. So solution for x is given by c1 e to the power minus p square by 3x and capital Y is c2 e to the power p square by 2y. Okay, where c1 and c2 are constants. Now I am having the value of x and y. I will put the values of x and y in equation number 2, the solution. Okay, I think I have not marked it as equation 2. I will whatever I have taken in the second line, you can see let u is xy. Okay, so I'll put the value of x and y over here. So u I am getting c1 c2 e to the power minus p square by 3x e to the power p square by 2y. Now these two factors, they are getting multiplied with the same base, so parts will be added. So I am having u is c1 c2 e to the power minus p square by 3x plus p square by 2y. Take this as number 2. Now I will evaluate this constant c1 c2, okay, by using the given condition. The given condition is ux0 is 4 e to the power minus x, means I will put y is equal to 0. You can see here ux0, so you will take y is equal to 0 in second equation. So if I put y is equal to 0, I am having c1 c2 e to the power minus p square by 3x plus 0 equal to 4 e to the power minus x. Okay, so students, if you compare it, you will get, on comparing I have written this c1 c2 constant is equal to 4, and here the coefficient of x in the power of e is, or you can say the coefficient of minus x. On left hand side it is p square by 3 and on right hand side it is 1. So if I have student simplify it, what will I get? c1 c2 is 4 and p square by 3 is 1. So from here you can say p square is equal to 3. Okay, so we have evaluated the constant as well as evaluated the value of p square. P square is also constant that we have taken in the numerical. Okay, so I will put all these values in equation number 2. U is equal to, I am writing the value of u1 u2 c1 c2 as 4 e to the power, write out the value of p square as 3. If you put 3 over here, 3 by 3 is 1, so it will be e to the power minus x plus 3 square is 9, 9 by 2 y. Sorry, I have written over here 3. I think no, p square is 3 in, yes, so if p square is 3, it will be 3 by 2 y. Okay, so this is your final solution, which is not involving any kind of constant because the initial conditions they have been given. But students, if the initial conditions they have not been mentioned in the question, then there is no problem at all. Simply what will happen, the solution, the final solution will contain only the constants. Okay, here the constants have been eliminated because the conditions we are already having. Okay, so hope so the content is clear to you. So first of all, again I am revising you the steps. What are the basically steps for the solving by using the method of separation of variables? So first of all, the method of separation of variable is just a method to solve the partial differential equation of any order, whether it is of order 1, 2, 3 or any other higher order. Okay, so firstly what you have to do, you just have to say that dependent variable is equal to the, on right hand side just write the product of all the independent variables. Let this is the solution of the given equation. Now whatsoever factors which are required in the given equation, please evaluate from this relation, and if you will evaluate them, please put them in the given equation. After that, please separate the variables. When you will separate the variables, all the variables which we are given in the question, they are independent itself, so that's why they should be equal to independently some constant, and the constant usually we use to take is when the constant is negative, that is minus b square, where b is not equal to 0. Okay, and after that you will club the terms and you will get the solution. Just make some attention on this thing, that whether the equation that you have derived, whether it's homogeneous or non-homogeneous, because if it is homogeneous, then the complete solution will contain only complementary function, and if your equation becomes as non-homogeneous, then it will contain complementary as well as particular integral. Okay, so complementary function, for complementary function we have to write auxiliary equation, and auxiliary equation is obtained by replacing the differential operator with n. After solving it, we will write the complementary function and then putting all these values in the solution, that dependent variable is equal to the product of all independent variables. So you will get the solutions of all independent variables. Okay, and that will be your solution. So students, if the boundary conditions they have been mentioned or given in the question, use them to eliminate the constant, otherwise the question will end over. Okay, so hope so the method is clear to you, and there is a question for practice purpose also. So students, please try this question on yourself, and if you are unable to solve it, please contact me. Okay, I will read the statement for you people. Question is, we just have to solve 4 curly u over curly x plus curly u over curly y is equal to 3u, and the condition is given to you u0y is 3 e to the power minus 5 minus 5 e to the power minus 5y. Okay, so using these conditions you will evaluate the constants and will get the answer. So hope so the content which I have delivered to you in this lecture is clear to you, and this is very much important topic from examination point of view. Okay, so still if you find any kind of difficulty or any query is there regarding this lecture, you can call me. Okay, thank you so much.